Done already, lad? So, how did it go? You reported back to Her Majesty, I hope. No? She wasn't at the castle? Then where's she gone? Huh? Who's that banging on the door at tea time? Hey,
It is I, Prince Anless. Forgive the intrusion, but I must ask a favor of you.
What an unexpected pleasure. Good to see you looking well, lad.
I am far from well, sir. I fear for Mama. She has been behaving most uncharacteristically of late. Were her aloofness limited to her public demeanor, I should not be so troubled. But she is as a stranger to her own son. Her very flesh and blood.
My boy here was just telling me how she wasn't at the castle when he came back from the walk.
Quite so. Mother has ventured off to Galentine Glades, of all places.
Galentine? There's a hot spring there that caps them all, I hear.
I'm terribly worried. What if Mama is unwell? She absconded with barely a manservant in attendance. Such clandestine behavior is most perturbing. I have resolved to pursue her, which brings me to the favor I wish to ask. Will you escort me?
I see. So that's what you're after. But didn't you just say Her Majesty left in secret?
Indeed.
Well, she's not daft, lad. She has her reasons, I'm sure. She might not take kindly to being stalked.
You mean to say you refuse me?
I'm sorry, Your Highness.
And I cannot persuade you to reconsider.
No, lad. I'm afraid you can't.
Very well. In that case, I shall seek assistance elsewhere. Good day to you.
I don't know. That lad's always been a sight too worried about his mum, if you ask me. I remember it landing him in trouble before now. Still, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit worried myself this time. I tell you what, why don't you give the prince a hand, eh, lad? You're a man now. I can rely on you, right? Anlis is a stubborn one. He won't give up now the idea's in his head. But we can't let him go to Galentine alone. It's too dangerous.
Ah, it's you. I hardly need mention how downcast I am about your father's answer. Whoever will I find to assist me now? But of course, being refused by Claymore hardly precludes my asking you. Will you accompany me to Galentine Glades? Thank you. Knowing I shall have you by my side raises my spirits no end. I'm informed that monsters abide in Galentine. It falls to you to see me safely past them. When you have made ready, we shall convene again here prior to departing.
So, you're off on an adventure with Prince Anlis, are you? Well, I'd better hurry up and open the gates then, hadn't I? Take care now, won't you? Keep the prince out of harm.
Come, we must make haste. We can ill afford to tarry if we are to have any hope of finding Mother. The prince returns! Curses! Curses! Look! I see a break in the undergrowth. And sunlight. There's a glade just ahead. Mother walked along this same path, but recently. I'm almost sure of it. What? Ah!
This my garden. Trespassers will be persecuted, though the organic female escaped. You will not.
The beast makes its threats in earnest. Ready your sword, comrade. On guard. Heal! Scrutinize the enemy carefully. it! Heal! Bravo! Praise be to the goddess! The fiend is defeated at last! Come, we must make haste. Look, a hut. Someone, but we must approach with quick, hide yourself. Mama! Too late. She's gone. Did you see her mask? She has taken to wearing it of late, but she will not be drawn on why. What business could have possibly brought Mother to this lowly lodging? Come, we must make our presence known.
Who are you?
Please, be not afeard. We mean you no harm. We merely wish to inquire as to the affairs of your scarce departed visitor.
That is none of your concern.
Forgive me, lady. I have not yet introduced myself. Anlus, Prince of Avalonia, at your service.
Ah, oui. Yes, I had in my mind that I had seen you before. My name is Fleurette. Enchantée. Ah, that bijou. Your earring. It is the work of the great jeweler, Ricasso.
It is. A present from Mamma, in fact. But that is by the by. I command you to tell me why my mother was here.
My brother. He was one of the heroes who defeated Xiphos. Ever since then, he is suffering from a malady. I tried to help him, but my magic was useless. He left me here alone. I do not know where he is gone.
Forgive me, good lady, but I believe you misheard me. I inquired of my mother, not your brother. You say your brother battled the Deathbringer? Then you are the sister of Araval. Araval was one of those who fought alongside my late father against Xiphos.
If you know this, then I believe I can tell you everything. Her Majesty came to meet my brother. She was on her way to the healing hot spring. But when I told to her that my brother was not here, it did not seem to surprise her.
And? Is there nothing more you can tell us? Nothing unusual you noticed about her? Did she look well?
Well, oui. Though that hideous mask made it hard to tell. Who is the designer? Someone famous?
That is a question I should like to ask my mother. She took to wearing it without a word of explanation.
So it was not a famous designer's caprice? But I was sure I recognized it.
In summary, then, we know little more about my mother's intentions. What we do know is that she was on her way to a hot spring famous for its healing properties. Then there can be no doubt. Mama is unwell. I must return to the castle at once and attend to her. Forgive me, but I dare not tarry. Good day.
But of course. I knew I had seen the mask before. I assumed it must be because it was a work of a famous designer, but no. It is the mask I once saw when I was lost in the mountains. At Arundite Heights, I believe. I was just a young girl. I remember only that I found the mask so frightening. I do not have a good feeling about this. Why would the queen wear such a mask? It was no coincidence that she was not surprised when I told her my brother had vanished. She knows something, of that I am sure. I must meet with her again. I will go to the castle, and I will demand from her the truth.